And we are
Once upon a time,
we are
in a
recording.
faraway land.
Oh, sorry. You don't have to. Well, I had a whole intro plan, dude. Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Hello
on,
and
go on.
welcome to the Enchanted Rose Discord server production of Beauty and the Beast, 1991. And I must introduce our cast. Hello. Hello. So I shall read that for you. So, when our... Oh my gosh, you need to pull this up.
She lost the accent.
I have to read. Okay. What did Paul Master send me? I had this all prepared. Okay. Alright, so the chorus. We will have Michaela. And we have Abby. Also Kelly. Shiloh. And moi. Katie. Alright, as our BatB, we have Shiloh. Playing the adorable teacup will be Abby. And do you want me to call Naomi? Elizabeth? Naomi? Alright. As Mrs. Potts, we have Michaela and Shiloh. As our Major Domo, Cogsworth, Tobias. Lumiere will be played by moi, Katie. Maurice will be led by Michaela. LeFou will be led by Abby. And moi. Gaston will be led by Ali. Beast is being led by Naomi and Ali. And that strange but pretty girl will be led by Shiloh and Naomi. That is our cast. And now, I would like to remind you, we have intermission about when after Belle leaves the castle the first time before the wolf attack, just like in the musical. I like to be continuous in that respect, right? Mm-hmm. So that will be our intermission. We shall have a 15 minutes intermission for any breaks, retrieving drinks, etc., etc. And any, I don't know, questions, concerns before we begin? Are we ready?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I have a question. I'm sorry. How is the music going to be done? I'm sorry. That's so random.
So the music,
are you just streaming it?
So the music will be played by whoever I wrote to start playing the track. I have the track links on the notes page. You will be playing that from you, and we will be listening.
Okay, I'm so glad you told me that.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna be playing it. All right.
Yes. So wherever.
I'm so glad you told me that. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
all right.
That was the plan. So thank you for clarifying.
I don't know how I missed that, but I did.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Right.
We can go ahead and start now.
All right. So on guard, play. Allez.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle. Although he had everything his heart desired, the prince was spoiled, selfish, and unkind. But then, one winter's night, an old beggar woman came to the castle and offered him a single rose in return for shelter from the bitter cold. Repulsed by her haggard appearance, the prince sneered at the gift and turned the old woman away. But she warned him not to be deceived by appearances, for beauty is found within. And when he dismissed her again, the old woman's ugliness melted away to reveal a beautiful enchantress. The prince tried to apologize, but it was too late, for she had seen that there was no love in his heart, and as punishment, she transformed him into a hideous beast and placed a powerful spell on the castle and all who lived there. Ashamed of his monstrous form, the beast concealed himself inside his castle with a magic mirror as his only window to the outside world. The rose she had offered him was truly an enchanted rose, which should bloom until his 21st year. If he could learn to love another and earn her love in return by the time the last petal fell, then the spell would be broken. If not, he would be doomed to remain a beast for all time. As the years passed, he fell into despair and lost all hope. For who could ever learn to love a beast?
We have seen a progression of stained glass windows illustrating the narration, as well as Beast shredding his portrait. The camera slowly zooms out from the castle and we see the title, Fade Up on the Home of Belle. She exits the front door and begins her walk into town.
Into town, it's a quiet village. Every day, the one before. Little town, full of little people, looking up to say, bonjour. There goes the baker with his tray like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell. Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came to this poor provincial town. Good morning, mister. The bookshop. I just finished the most wonderful story about a beanstalk and an ogre and
That's nice. Marie, the baguettes. Hurry up.
Into town.
those are heads with buns of gold.
And the mountain she's a funny girl that bell.
Good day.
Eggs, that's too expensive.
There must be more than this provincial.
Belle,
Good morning. I've come to return the book I borrowed.
finished already?
Oh, I couldn't put it down. Have you got anything new?
Not since yesterday.
That's all right. I'll borrow this one.
That one? But you played it twice already.
Oh, but it's my favorite. Far places, daring sword fights, magic spells, a prince in disguise.
Well, if you like it that much, it's yours.
But sir,
I insist.
well, thank you very much.
Have a dream for a book. And a stack in a book.
Isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part because you'll see. She thinks Prince Charlie won't discover that it's him till chapter 3.
Who's doing that? Come on. Maybe different from the rest of us.
She's nothing like the rest of us.
Wow! You didn't miss a shot, Gaston. You're the greatest hunter in the whole world. I know. I'm gonna be so alive so he cheats against you. Little girl back there.
It's true, LeFou, and I've got my sights set on that one.
The adventure's water.
She's the one.
But she's
The girl I'm going to marry.
I know, but
The most beautiful girl in town?
yeah, but
Then takes her the best. And don't I deserve the best?
what course can you do? But I mean,
Right from the... Wait.
I lost the music.
No, music. Bum, 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 bum. And I need to really marry Belle.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. My lovely grapes. Those fish. All good. Good night.
There she goes, the girl is strange but special. A most peculiar mademoiselle. It's a pity that the city doesn't quite fit in. All the people Hello, Belle.
Bonjour, Gaston. Gaston, may I have my book, please?
How can you read this? There's no pictures.
Well, some people use their imaginations.
Belle, it's about time you got your head out of those books and paid attention to more... What?
Let her read those.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, GB, you can read those.
Read the thing.
Let GB read the action text.
All right. Belle, it's about time you got your head out of those books.
No, GB?
Or maybe not.
Is she there?
Where'd she go?
We'll just keep going.
Gaston tosses the book into the mud.
And paid attention to more important things. Like me. The whole town's talking about it.
The bimbats who are looking on sigh. Belle has picked up the book and is cleaning off the mud.
It's not right for a woman to read. Soon she starts getting ideas and thinking.
Gaston, you are positively primeval.
Gaston puts his hand around her shoulders.
Why, thank you, Belle. Hey, what do you say you and me take a walk over to my tavern and have a look at my trophies?
Maybe some other time.
What's wrong with her?
Wrong with her?
He's crazy.
He's gorgeous.
Please, Gaston, I can't. I have to get home and help my father.
That crazy old loon! He needs all the help he can get!
Gaston and Lavou laugh heartily.
Don't you talk about my father that way.
Yeah, don't talk about her father that way.
He pats Lavou on the head.
My father's not crazy. He's a genius.
There is an explosion in the background. Gaston and Lavou continue laughing. Belle rushes home and descends into the basement.
Papa?
How on earth did that happen? Doggone it.
He pulls the barrel off his waist along with his pants.
Are you alright, Papa?
I'm about ready to give up on this hunk of junk.
Kicks the machine.
You always say that.
I mean it this time. I'll never get this boneheaded contraption to work.
Yes, you will, and you'll win first prize at the fair tomorrow. And become a world-famous inventor.
You really believe that?
I always have.
Well, what are we waiting for? I'll have this thing fixed in no time.
He slides under the machine.
Hand me that dog-legged crincher thing. So, did you have a good time in town today?
I got a new book. Papa, do you think I'm odd?
My daughter? Odd?
He appears from under the machine with bizarre goggle contraption on his head, distorting his eyes.
Where would you get an idea like that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just I'm not sure I fit in here. There's no one I can really talk to.
What about that Gaston? He's a handsome fella.
He's handsome, all right, and rude and conceited and... Oh, Papa, he's not for me.
Well, don't you worry, because this invention's going to be the start of a new life for us.
He comes up from under the machine.
There, I think that's done it. Let's give it a try.
Machine whirs and chops wood just as it should.
It works!
It does? It does!
You did it! You really did it!
Hitch up, Philippe, girl. I am off to the fair.
Locke strikes him in the head, knocking him out. Fade to later in the day.
Goodbye, Papa. Good luck.
Goodbye, Belle, and take care while I'm gone.
Maurice and Philip continue on their journey until they became lost.
We should be there by now. Maybe we missed a turn. Should have taken a... Wait a minute.
Maurice leaves lantern to illuminate sign giving directions to Anaheim and Valencia.
Let's go this way.
Philip looks right at a dark, overgrown path, then left towards a more inviting route, then begins to go left.
Come on, Philippe, it's a shortcut. We'll be there in no time.
Philip and Maurice continue through the dark.
This can't be right. Where have you taken us, Philippe? Yeah, sure. Blame the horse. You better turn around and... Whoa, look out!
A swarm of bats fly out of a tree. Philip runs through the forest, avoiding everything, until he almost runs over the edge of a cliff.
Back up. Good boy. That's good. That's back up. Steady. Heady now, steady.
Philip finally bucks him off.
Philippe!
Philip runs away, leaving Maurice on the edge of the cliff.
Philippe? Oh no.
He looks up and sees wolves growling at him. Maurice runs away, being chased by the wolves. He stumbles down on a hill and lands at the gate of a castle. He grabs the lock gate and tries to shake it open.
Help! Is someone there?
The gate opens, and Maurice runs in. He slams the gate in the faces of the wolves. Leaving his hat on the ground as the rain begins to fall, Maurice runs to the castle and bangs on the door. It creaks open, and he enters, cautiously.
Hello?
Watching from a table near the entrance are Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Oh, the fellow must have lost his way in the woods.
Keep quiet. Maybe he'll go away.
Is someone there?
Not a word, Lumiere, not one word.
I don't mean to intrude, but I've lost my horse. I need a place to stay for the night.
Lumiere looks at Cogsworth like a child having just found a lost puppy.
Oh, Cogsworth, have a heart.
I didn't hear you, Katie.
Oh, Cogsworth, have a heart.
Cogsworth puts hand over Lumiere's mouth, who promptly proceeds to touch his lit candle hand to a Cogsworth's hand.
Of course, monsieur, you are welcome here.
Maurice looks around in confusion.
Who said that?
He picks up the candlestick for light, not realizing that the speaker is in his hand.
Over here.
Lumiere. Maurice spins around, pulling Lumiere to the other side.
Where?
Lumiere taps Maurice on the side of the head. Maurice looks at Lumiere.
Hello.
Maurice startled. He drops Lumiere onto the floor.
Incredible!
Cogsworth hops over.
Well, now you've done it, Lumiere. Splendid. Just peachy.
Maurice picks up Cogsworth.
How is this accomplished?
Put me down.
He fiddles with Cogsworth. Maurice tickles the bottom of Cogsworth's feet. He laughs. He begins to win the spring on the back of Cogsworth's head, twisting his face around with clock hands. Maurice opens the front of Cogsworth and begins to play with his pendulum. Cogsworth slams the door shut on his finger.
Sir, close that at once. Do you mind?
I beg your pardon, it's just I've never seen that a clock that can... Achoo!
Maurice sneezes in the face of Cogsworth, who proceeds to wipe his face off using his clock's hand in a very anachronistic windshield wiper manner. Maurice sniffles, indicating the cold he has caught from being in the rain.
Oh, you are soaked to the bone, monsieur. Come, warm yourself by the fire.
Thank you.
Lumiere and Maurice head towards the den, with Cogsworth running after them.
No, no, no. Do you know what the master would do if he finds you here?
This is watching the action from an overhead walkway and rushes off as the trio enters the den.
I demand that you stop right there.
Cogsworth tumbles down the steps. Maurice takes a seat in a large chair in front of a roaring fire.
Oh no, not the master's chair.
Footstool rushes past Cogsworth, barking up a storm.
I am not seeing this. I am not seeing this.
As Footstool rushes up to him,
Oh, hello there, boy.
Footstool props himself under the feet of Maurice. Kodrak enters and removes his cloak.
What service?
All right, this has gone far enough. I'm in charge here, and...
Cogsworth is run over by the, once again, anachronistic IndyCar-sounding T-card of Mrs. Potts. Mrs. Potts arrives by the side of Maurice.
How would you like a nice spot of tea, sir? It'll warm you up in no time.
She pours tea into the cup, or chip, which hops over into Maurice's open hand. Cogsworth from face down position on carpet.
No tea. No tea.
As Maurice tips the tea,
His mustache tickles, Mama.
Maurice was startled by the cup.
Oh. Oh, hello.
The door to the den slams open and a strong gust of wind blows into the room, extinguishing Lumiere's flames and the fire in the fireplace. Cogsworth dives for cover. Mrs. Potts begins to shake. Chip jumps back onto the tea cart and takes refuge from behind his mother.
Uh-oh.
Beast enters. We see him in full for the first time. He is on all fours. He looks around in the darkness.
There's a stranger here. Master,
Lumiere relit his flames.
the gentleman was lost in the woods and it was cold and wet, so...
Cogsworth comes up from under a rock.
Master, I'd like to take this moment to say I was against it from the start. It was all his fault. I tried to stop them, but he didn't listen to me. No, no, no.
Hearing these growls drowns out Cogsworth. Maurice looks to one side of the chair, then to the other and sees Beast.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Maurice is very scared and backs away from the advancing Beast.
I was lost in the woods and...
He stares at Beast.
You're not welcome here.
I'm sorry.
What are you staring at?
Maurice cowers under Beast.
Nothing.
He turns to leave. Beast races around and blocks the entrance with surprising speed.
So you've come to stare at the beast, have you?
Please, I meant no harm. I just needed a place to stay.
I'll give you a place to stay.
Beast picks up Maurice, carries him out of the room and slams the door, plunging the den, along with Cosworth, Lumiere, Reza Spots, and Chip into darkness. Fade out. Fading into Belle's cottage, seen from point of view of Gaston and LeFou.
Yeah, crap.
Oh boy, Belle's gonna get the surprise of her life, huh, Gaston?
Wait, sorry. I'm behind. Where am I at?
Yup, this is her
Lucky
lucky
day.
day.
Gaston lets go of a branch, which swings back and hits LeFou in the mouth. Gaston turns to the band, wedding guests and others, apparently just out of sight of Belle's cottage.
Thank you all I'd like to thank you all for coming to my wedding. But first I better go in there and propose to the girl.
Minister, Baker, and others laugh heartily. Camera pans quickly to show beanbags crying their eyes out. To LeFou.
Now you, LeFou. When Belle and I come out that door.
Oh, I know.
He turns and begins directing the band. Here comes the bride. Gaston slams a baritone over his head.
Not yet.
From inside the instrument with his lips sticking out the mouthpiece.
Sorry.
Cut to interior of cottage. Belle is sitting in a chair reading her new book. There is a knock on the door. He puts the book down and walks to the door. He reaches up and pulls down a viewing device. She peeks through and sees an anachronistically accurate fish-eye view of Gaston. She moans and pushes the door open.
Gaston, what a pleasant surprise.
Isn't it though? I'm just full of surprises. You know, Belle, there's not a girl in town who wouldn't love to be in your shoes. This is the day.
Gaston passes by a mirror and licks his teeth clean.
This is the day your dreams come true.
What do you know about my dreams, Gaston?
Plenty. Here, picture this.
Gaston plops down in the chair and props his mud-covered feet up on Belle's book. He begins to kick off his boot and wriggle his toes through his holey socks.
A rustic hunting lodge, my latest kill roasting over the fire, and my little wife massaging my feet while the little ones play on the floor with the dogs.
Belle looks positively disgusted. Gaston gets up next to her face.
We'll have 6 or 7.
Dogs?
No, Belle! Strapping boys, like me.
Imagine that.
She picks up her book, places a mark in it, and puts it on the shelf.
And do you know who that wife will be?
Let me think.
Gaston corners Belle.
You, Belle.
Belle ducks under Gaston's arms.
Gaston, I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say.
Gaston pushes the chairs and things out of the way until he reaches Belle and traps her against the door.
Say you'll marry me.
Belle reaches for the doorknob.
I'm very sorry, Gaston, but I just don't deserve you.
She twists the knob and the door opens, this time outward. Belle ducks under Gaston as he tumbles out the door and into the mud. The wedding band begins to play Here Comes the Bride. Gaston's boots are thrown out of the door, now open inward, and the door is slammed shut. LeFou, who is directing the band, looks down and sees Gaston's legs sticking out of the mud and a ear's head sticking up. LeFou cuts off the band, and Gaston's head pops up with the pig on top of him. He tilts his head, and the pig slides down his back.
So, how'd it go?
Gaston picks up LeFou by the neck.
I'll have Belle for my wife. Make no mistake about that.
Gaston drops Levu into the mud. Levu to Pierre.
Touchy.
Sorry.
Gaston walks off, dejected, and the focus returns to the cottage. Belle pokes her head out the door. Belle says to the chickens,
Is he gone? Can you imagine? To marry me! Why that brainless? Madame Gaston, can't you just see it? Madame Gaston, his little wife. No, sir, not me. I guarantee you, I'm much more than I. Someone understand. I want so much more than they've got now.
Philip runs into the open field. Belle looks at him, disturbed that Maurice is not with him.
Philippe, what are you doing here? Where's Papa? Where is he, Philippe? What happened? We have to find him. You have to take me to him.
Belle unhitches the wagon from Philip. Cut to exterior of the castle gate. How Philip brought Belle there is a mystery, seeing as Philip never made it to the castle with Maurice.
What is this place?
Philip snorts, then begins to bark as if something is carrying him. Belle dismounts and comforts him.
Philippe, please, steady.
She enters the gate and sees Maurice's hat on the ground.
Papa.
Observation of a plot hole.
Cut to interior of castle with Cogsworth and Lumiere discussing events.
Couldn't keep quiet, could we? Just had us invite him to stay, didn't we? Serve him tea, sit in the master's chair, pet the pooch.
I was trying to be hospitable.
Cut back to door opening and Belle entering the castle.
Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? Papa? Papa, are you here?
We follow as Belle ascends the grand stair and searches for her father. Cut to kitchen where Mrs. Potts is standing next to a tub of hot water. Chip hops in.
Mama, there's a girl in the castle.
Now, Chip, I won't have you making up such wild stories.
But really, Mama, I saw her.
Mrs. Potts is disgusted.
Not another word. Into the tub.
She lifts Chip into the tub. Babette enters.
A girl! I saw a girl in the castle!
Chip pokes his head out from the water.
See, I told ya.
Cut back to Lumiere and Cogsworth bickering.
Irresponsible, devil-may-care, waxy, slack-jawed.
Papa?
Cogsworth and Lumiere turn to look at new arrival.
Did you see that?
Lumiere runs to the door and pokes his head around the corner with Cogsworth.
It's a girl!
I know it's a girl.
Don't you see? She's the one! The girl we have been waiting for! She has come to break the spell!
He chases after her.
Wait a minute.
Belle advances down a narrow hallway. Cogsworth and Lumiere sneak up behind her and open the door that leads to the tower where Maurice is being kept. The door creaks open and Belle hears the sound.
Papa? Papa!
Cogsworth hides behind the door and Lumiere rushes off.
Hello? Is someone here? Wait! I'm looking for my father!
He begins up the stairs but doesn't realize that Lumiere is watching her.
That's funny. I'm sure there was someone. Is there anyone here?
Maurice's voice echoes from his cell.
Belle?
Belle rushes up to the cell to find him.
Oh, Papa!
How did you find me?
Oh, Papa, your hands are like ice. We have to get you out of here.
Belle, I want you to leave this place.
Who's done this to you?
No time to explain. You must go, now.
I won't leave.
Suddenly, Beast grabs Belle's shoulders and whips her around. She drops the torch she was carrying into a puddle, and the room is dark, except from one beam of light from a skylight.
What are you doing here?
Run, Belle!
Who's there? Who are you?
The master of this castle.
I've come for my father. Please let him out. Can't you see he's sick?
Then you shouldn't have trespassed here.
He could die. Please, I'll do anything.
There's nothing you can do. He's my prisoner.
Oh, there must be some way I can... Wait. Take me instead.
You would take his place?
Belle, no, you don't know what you're doing.
If I did, would you let him go?
Yes. But you must promise to stay here forever.
Belle ponders the situation and realizes she can't see the captor.
Come into the light.
Beast drags his legs, then his whole body into the beam of light. Belle looks, her eyes growing wider until she can stand no more and falls back to Maurice.
No, Belle, I won't let you do this.
Belle regains her composure, then steps into the beam of light, giving her a very virginish look.
You have my word.
Done.
Beast moves over to unlock the cell, and Belle collapses to the floor with her head in her hands. We hear the door be unlocked. Then Maurice rushes over to Belle.
No, Belle, listen to me. I'm old. I've lived my life.
Beast grabs him and drags him downstairs.
Wait!
Belle?
Wait!
Cut to the exterior of castle. Beast drags Maurice towards palanquin.
No, please, spare my daughter.
She's no longer your concern.
He throws Maurice into the palanquin.
Take him to the village.
The palanquin breaks the ivy holding it to the ground, then slinks off like a spider with Maurice inside.
Please let me out.
Cut to Belle looking out cell window at the palanquin crossing the bridge over the moat. She begins to cry. Cut to Beast walking up the stairs. Lumiere is still at his post.
Master,
What?
since the girl is going to be with us for quite some time, I was thinking that you might want to offer her a more comfortable room.
Beast growls angrily at him.
Then again, maybe not.
Beast enters the cell where Belle is still crying.
Mike? Is it my turn to do Belle? Okay, I thought it was still Beast.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, when do we switch
He didn't
that?
even let me say goodbye. I'll never see him again. I didn't get to say goodbye.
Beast is feeling bad.
I'll show you to your room. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'll show you to your room.
Belle is surprised.
My room?
Indicates the cell.
But I thought...
You wanna stay in the tower?
No.
Then follow me.
Beast leads Belle to her room. As they proceed, Belle begins to lag behind. She looks at the hideous sculptures on the walls and the light casting shadows on them. Frightened, she gasps and runs to catch up with Beast, who is carrying Lumiere as a light source. Beast looks at Belle, and sees tears from at the corner of her eye.
Say something to her.
Belle?
I hope you like it here.
He looks at Lumiere for approval. He motions Beast to continue.
Castle is your home now, so you can go anywhere you wish, except the West Wing.
Belle looks into
What's in the West Wing?
It's
Beast
forbidden.
stops angrily. Beast continues, and Belle reluctantly follows. Cut into interior of Belle's room. Dark. The door opens and light spills in. Beast says tenderly,
Now, if there's anything you need, my servants will attend you.
Lumiere whispers in his ear.
Dinner. Invite her to dinner.
You will join me for dinner. That's not a request.
Beast leaves, slamming the door behind him. Belle, terrified, runs over to the bed and flings herself onto it, finally breaking down and crying. Fade to tavern in the town.
Who does she think she is? That girl is tangled with the wrong man. No one says no to Gaston. Oh wait, we need the music, don't we? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm getting it ready. Okay. Alright.
Okay. Who does she think she is? That girl is tangled with the wrong man. No one says no to Gaston.
Darn right!
Dismissed. Rejected. Publicly humiliated. Why, it's more than I can bear.
More beer?
He turns the chair. Gaston turns chair away again.
What for? Nothing helps. I'm disgraced.
Who, you? Never! Gaston, you got to pull yourself together! Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every guy here looked to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. There's no man in town as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck is incredibly thick as Gaston, so there's no man in town half as manly. Perfect of your paragon. You can ask any Tondon or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. My
Five hurrahs, give 12 hip hips.
12 hip hips.
My friends like Gaston does his legs good, Gaston.
There's nobody's early and Friday.
Not a bit of him scraggly or scrawny.
That's right. And every last inch of his covered
There, it's
One hits like Gaston, matches wits like Gaston.
Just wait till I Gaston.
I'm especially good at exaggerating.
10 points for
10 points for Gaston.
To help make it hard. And now that I'm grown, I eat 500 eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a bar. No one can make some music like Gaston.
It's like Gaston.
Like Gaston, I use canvas in all of my decorating. My what I got.
me.
Maurice?
Please, I need your help. He's got her locked in a dungeon.
Who?
Belle, we must go. Not a minute to lose.
Whoa! Slow down, Maurice. Who's got Belle locked in a dungeon?
A beast! A horrible, monstrous beast!
Maurice has gone from person to person, pleading his case, until he is thrown at the feet of Gaston. A moment of silence. Then the old cronies begin to laugh and mock him.
Is it a big beast?
Huge!
The long, ugly snout.
Hideously ugly.
And sharp, cruel fangs.
Yes, will you help me?
All right, old man. We'll help you out.
You will? Oh, thank you.
The old cronies picks up Maurice and help him out by throwing him through the door.
Crazy old Maurice. He's always good for a laugh.
Gaston is very crazy.
Crazy old Maurice, huh? Oh, sorry, I'm not there yet. Crazy old Maurice. Crazy old Maurice. Ooh, I'm afraid I've been thinking.
A dangerous pastime.
I know. That wacky old brute spells father. And sanity's only so far. The wheels of my head have been turning since I looked at that phony old man. I promised myself I'd be married to them. And right now I'm evolving up
No, would she?
No, I get it. Let's go!
Takes two shots like Gaston.
Crackpots like Gaston.
With marriage, we soon won't be
Camera zooms out through window to snow-covered square, empty except for Maurice. Maurice to no one in particular.
Will no one help me?
Fade back to the bedroom of the castle, where Belle is still crying. There is a clink at the door. She gets up and walks over to open the door. Mrs. Potts enters with Chip and their entourage.
Who is it?
Mrs. Potts from outside the door.
Mrs. Potts, dear,
Door opens.
I thought you might like a nice spot of tea.
Belle is amazed at the fact that she is listening to a walking tea set.
But I...
Belle bumps into the wardrobe. Belle sits on the bed.
This is impossible.
Wardrobe leans shoulder on bed, popping other end and Belle into the air.
I know it is, but here we are.
As sugar and cream are being poured into him,
Told you she was pretty, Mama, didn't I?
All right now, Chip, that'll do.
Chip hops over to Belle, who is sitting on the floor.
Slowly now, don't spill.
Thank you.
She picks up Chip and is about to take a sip of tea. Chip to Belle.
Wanna see a trick?
Chip takes a big breath, then puffs up his cheeks and blows bubbles out of the cup. Mrs. Potts admonishingly.
Chip!
Chip looks guilty.
Oops. Sorry.
Mrs. Potts says to Belle.
That was a very brave thing you did, my dear.
We all think so.
But I've lost my father, my dreams, everything.
Cheer up, child. It'll turn out all right in the end. You'll see.
She looks up, startled.
Oh,
use. Look at me, jabbering on when there's a supper to get on the table. Chip!
Chip hops away.
Bye.
Belle stands and the wardrobe approaches her.
Well now, what shall we dress you in for dinner? Let's see what I've got in my drawers.
The doors fly open and moths flutter out. She slams them shut.
Oh, how embarrassing. Here we are.
One door opens and another serves as an arm. It pulls out a pink dress.
Ah, there you look ravishing in this one.
Something to think about. We never hear of a king or queen or parents, so what is a prince? Should I really read this quote?
Yes,
Wait.
I love this. It's hilarious.
There's many comments about this.
Oh my god.
The commentary from whoever transcribed this is getting okay from whoever.
Yeah, this is not an objective transcription.
He wants to be a lumberjack.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
So, should I just skip this or
Yeah, that's
skip
fine.
to?
We'll just go to
Yeah,
bed.
Okay, just skip to wardrobe.
That's
I
very
will-
kind of you, but I'm not going to dinner. You must.
Oxford waddles in.
Dinner is served.
Cut to Beast pacing back and forth in front of fire, with Mrs. Potts and Lumiere looking on.
What's taking so long? I told her to come down. Why isn't she here yet?
Oh, try to be patient, sir. The girl has lost her father and her freedom all in one day.
Master, have you thought that perhaps this girl could be the one to break the spell?
Of course I have. I'm not a fool.
Good! You fall in love with her, she falls in love with you, and poof! The spell is broken! We'll be human again by midnight.
Go to Mrs. Potts.
Continue to Mrs. Potts.
Skipping the commentary.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my bad. I didn't know we were doing that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's not that easy, Lumiere. These things take time.
But the rose has already begun to wilt.
It's no use. She's so beautiful and I'm so... Well, look at me.
Lumiere shrugs his shoulders and looks at Mrs. Potts.
Oh, you must help her to see past all that.
I don't know how.
Well, you can start by making yourself more presentable. Straighten up. Try to act like a gentleman.
Beast sits up, then straightens his face very formally.
Ah, yes. When she comes in, give her a dashing, debonair smile. Come, show me the smile.
Beast bears his debonair. Beast bears his right fangs in a scary yet funny grin.
But don't frighten the poor girl.
Impress her with your rapier wit.
But be gentle.
Shower her with compliments.
But be sincere.
And above all, you must control
You
your
must
temper.
control your temper.
Door creaks open. Beast wipes the silly face off and looks to the door expectantly.
Here she is.
Oxford enters.
Good evening.
Beast goes from expectant to mad.
Well, where is she?
Oxford buys time.
Who? Oh, the girl. Yes, the girl. Well, actually, she's in the process of circumstances being what they are. She's not coming.
Cut to exterior of den with doors slightly ajar.
What?
Door bangs open and Beast comes running out with objects giving chase.
Your Grace, Your Eminence, let's not be hasty.
Cut to exterior of Belle's room. Beast runs up to it and bangs on the door.
I thought I told you to come down to dinner.
Belle from behind the door.
I'm not hungry.
You'll come out or I'll break down the door.
Master, I could be wrong, but that may not be the best way to win the girl's affections.
Cogsworth pleads.
Please, attempt to be a gentleman.
But she is being so difficult.
Gently, gently.
Beast is very dejected.
Will you come down to dinner?
No.
Bill looks at the object, very frustrated.
Suave, genteel.
Beast tries to act formal, bowing at the door.
It would give me great pleasure if you would join me for dinner.
We say please.
Beast is once again dejected.
Please.
Belle is mad at Beast.
No, thank you.
You can't stay in there forever!
Oh,
Belle
yes, I
was provoking.
can.
Fine.
Oh, yes, I can.
Fine! Go ahead and starve! If she doesn't eat with
Objects.
me, she doesn't eat at all!
Beast runs back down the hall, slamming a door and causing a piece of the ceiling to fall on Lumiere.
That didn't go very well at all, did it?
Lumiere, stand watch at the door and inform me at once if there is the slightest change.
Lumiere takes guard position next to the door.
You can count on me, mon capitaine.
Well, I guess we better go downstairs and start cleaning up.
Cut to interior of Beast's lair. Beast enters, knocking over and destroying things in his path.
I asked nicely, but she refuses. What does she want me to do? Beg?
He picks up the magic mirror.
Oh, I have the magic mirror. Damn it. Where's the mirror? I'll go
We
get
have
it.
a mirror.
We do. We have it.
We have a mirror.
I'll go get it after the scene. I asked. Oh, where the? There. Show me the girl.
The magic mirror shines, then glows green and reveals Belle in her bedroom, talking to Wardrobe.
Hey, that's my husband. Ignore that.
Wardrobe in mirror pleading.
Can't hear you.
Oh, Carrie, it's you.
Sorry. Wardrobe in mirror pleading.
She's unmuting herself. She's working on it.
No, I'm not muted. Wait, hold on. Can you hear my voice now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, why the master's not so bad once you get to know him, why don't you give him a chance?
Belle is still disturbed by the attack.
I don't want to get to know him. I don't want anything to do with him.
Beast setting down the magic mirror, speaking tenderly.
I'm just fooling myself. She'll never see me as anything but a monster.
Another petal falls off the rose.
It's hopeless.
Beast put his head in his hand as in a depressed state. Fade out to the exterior of Belle's room. The door creaks open. Belle silently emerges. We see her feet go as three bright spots shine through a curtain at floor level. Behind it are Lumiere and BatB.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Oh no!
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I've been burnt by you before.
Lumiere and BatB have emerged and Lumiere takes her in his arms. Suddenly, he looks up and sees Belle walking down the hall. He drops BatB.
Monsieur alors, she has emerged.
Cut to kitchen, where we find Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, Chip, and the stove. Mrs. Potts?
Am I reading this one? Or do you want me to read this one?
Michaela is meant to read this.
No, I'll do this one. My phone has decided to be stupid. So I've been trying to restore it all day. And it connected to my iPad that I've been reading stuff off of. and froze for a second. So I'm there. Okay. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Come on, Chip, into the cupboard with your brothers and sisters.
helping him in.
But I'm not sleepy.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
He falls asleep and Mrs. Potts shuts the cupboard door. A banging of pots and pans comes from the stove.
I work and I sleep all day, and for what? A culinary masterpiece going to waste.
Oh, stop your grousing. It's been a long night for all of us.
Well, if you ask me, she was just being stubborn. After all, his master did say please.
But if Master doesn't learn to control that temper, he'll never break the...
Belle enters and Cogsworth cuts off Mrs. Potts before she can say spell.
Splendid to see you out and about, mademoiselle.
Lumiere comes running in.
I am Cogsworth, head of the household.
He leans over to kiss her hand, but Lumiere butts in front of him.
This is Lumiere.
Enchanté, chérie.
Cogsworth tries to tot around Lumiere, who is still kissing Belle's hand.
If there's anything, stop that. That we can, please.
Finally shoving him out the way.
To make your stay more comfortable.
Lumiere burns the hand of Cogsworth.
Ow!
I am a little hungry.
Mrs. Potts is excited to the other teapots.
You are? Hear that? She's hungry. Stoke the fire, break out the silver, wake the china.
The fire on the stove roars to life, and drawers open to reveal silverware standing at attention. Cogsworth says secretively,
Remember what the master said.
Oh, pish posh, I'm not about to let this poor child go hungry.
Cogsworth thinks he is giving in to the ultimate demand.
Oh, all right. Glass of water, crust of bread, and then...
Cogsworth, I'm surprised at you. She's not our prisoner. She's our guest. We must make her feel welcome here. Right this way,
He continues
mademoiselle.
his
Well, keep it down. If the master finds out about this, it will be our necks.
Of course. But what is dinner without a little music?
Lumiere has started out the swinging door. He lets it close, and the door hits Cogsworth and sends him across the room to land in a pan filled with pancake batter. He screams his line as he is in flight. Cut to dining room where Belle is seated at the end of a long table. Lumiere is on the table and a spotlight shines on him.
Chère mademoiselle, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you tonight. And now we invite you to relax. Let us pull up in chairs. The dining room proudly presents your dinner. We are guests with our service to the test. Tie a napkin around your neck, chérie, and we provide the rest. Super hors while we only to serve. Tries the great stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. Sing like a dance, after all, this is a France. And the dinner here is never second place. Go on and hold your menu, take a glance, and then you'll be our guest. We are guests, we are guests. Chief souffle, pie and pudding, out flambé. We'll prepare a silver glass with a downy cabaret. You're alone and you're scared, but the banquets are prepared. No one's working or complaining, girls and customers entertaining. I do tricks with my little candlesticks.
It's all in perfect taste that you can mix. All three has to be our guest. Be our guest, be our guest.
Life is so unnerving. For a servant who's not serving, he's not whole without a soul to wait upon.
Get off!
Ah, those good old days when we were useful. Suddenly, those good old days are gone. 10 years we've been questing, getting so much more than bursting, needing exercise, a chance to use our skills. Most days we just sway around the castle. Flat, fat and lazy, you walked in and hoops and daisies.
It's a guest, sakes alive and I'll be blessed. Wine's been poured and thank the Lord I've had the napkins freshly pressed. With dessert, she'll want tea and my dear, that's fine with me. While the cups do their soft shoeing, I'll make bubbling, I'll get brewing, I'll get warm, piping hot. Heaven's sakes, is that a spot? Clean it up, we want the company impressed. We've got a lot to do, is it 1 number 2 for you, I guess? Circus.
We are guests, our command, so
Command. Yes. Since we had everybody fantastic ending comes of the song, with silverware flying through the air, plates and feather dusters dancing, and Cogsworth the focus of attention, until Lumiere comes sliding in and sends him flying out of camera and range.
Naomi,
Who's Belle?
you're muted.
You're muted.
muted.
Sorry, I'm Belle for this scene?
Yes.
Yep.
Did not realize that. Okay, sorry. Bravo, that was wonderful.
Thank you, mademoiselle. Yes, good show, wasn't it, everyone?
He looks at his own face.
Oh my goodness, really, look at the time. Now it's off to bed.
Lumiere comes up next to Cogsworth.
Oh, I couldn't possibly go to bed now. It's my first time in Enchanted Castle.
Uh-oh. No, we're wrong.
Enchanted. Who said anything about the castle being enchanted?
He tries to cover it up just as a fork runs past to Lumiere.
It was you, wasn't it?
I figured it out for myself.
Cogsworth and Lumiere have been fighting. They both look at her, then stop. Cogsworth dusts himself off, and Lumiere fixes his wax nose.
I'd like to look around if that's alright.
Oh, would you
Lumiere
like
is
a tour?
Wait a second. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Confidentially, he says to Lumiere.
We can't let her go around poking around certain places, if you know what I mean.
Belle pokes Cogsworth in the belly.
Perhaps you could take me. I'm sure you know everything there is to know about the castle.
Cogsworth is fluttered.
Well, actually, yes, I do.
Fade to Cogsworth, Lumiere, and Belle walking down a hall with footstool. Cogsworth is lecturing.
As you can see, the pseudo facade was stripped away to reveal a minimalist Rococo design. Note the unusual inverted vaulted ceilings. Is yet another example of the neoclassic Baroque period. And as I always say, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. Where was I?
He turns to find the heads of the suits of armor turned to follow Belle.
As you were.
They all snap back to face forward.
Now, if I may draw your attention to the flying buttresses above the... Mademoiselle?
Cogsworth turns back to the group and is one girl short. He sees her beginning to climb the grand staircase. He and Lumiere run up to her and jump in front of her, blocking her progress upstairs.
What's up there?
Where? Up there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing of interest at all in the West Wing. Dusty, dull, very boring.
Lumiere has been shaking his head, but Cogsworth nudges him and he nods in agreement.
Ah, so that's the West Wing.
Lumiere says to Cogsworth,
Nice going.
I wonder what he's hiding up there.
Hiding? The master is hiding nothing.
Then it wouldn't be forbidden.
She steps over them, but they dash up and block her again.
Perhaps Mademoiselle would like to see something else. We have exquisite tapestries dating all the way back to...
Belle again steps over them.
Maybe later.
Lumiere with Cogsworth again dashing and blocking.
The gardens or the library, perhaps?
Belle is now with incredible interest.
You have a library?
Cogsworth is thrilled that he has found something to interest her.
Oh, yes, indeed.
With books?
Gods of books.
Mountains of books.
Forests of books.
Cascades.
Of books.
Swamps of books.
More books than you will ever be able to read in a lifetime. Books on every subject ever studied by every author who ever set pen to paper.
Lumiere and Cogsworth begin marching off, and Belle begins to follow, but her curiosity overtakes her, and she turns back to the west. Her excitement begins to dwindle, though, when she enters the hallway leading to Beast's lair. As she walks down the hall, she stops to look in a mirror that has been shattered into several pieces, each one reflecting her concerned look. She reaches the end of the hall and finds a closed door with gargoyle handles. She takes a deep breath, then reaches out and opens the door, cut into interior of lair, where Belle begins to explore. She is truly shocked by everything she sees. She wanders around, looking, and knocks over a table, but she catches it before it crashes to the floor. She then turns her head and sees a shredded picture on the wall. We can only see part of a portrait. It is the same portrait that was shredded in the opening. Belle reaches out and lifts the shreds of the picture to reveal the prince.
Except it's shredded in the wrong
We
direction.
never see this, however, for then she turns her head and sees the rose under the bell jar.
Surprising.
She walks over to it, her eyes transfixed. She reaches out, then lifts off the jar, leaving the rose unprotected. She reaches up, brushes back the strand of hair that has been repeatedly falling on her forehead, then reaches out to touch the rose. As she nears it, a shadow falls over her. Beast has been on the balcony and sees her. He jumps back into the room, then slams the jar back on the rose. He then turns his attention to Belle. He grows angrily.
Why did you come here?
Belle backs away, scared.
I'm sorry.
warned you never to come here.
I didn't mean any harm.
Do you realize what you could have done?
Begins to thrash at the furniture. Belle pleads, but still scared.
Please, stop! No!
Beast screams.
Get out! Get out!
Belle turns and flees the room. Beast calms down, then falls into despair, finally realizing that he may destroy his chances with Belle. She reaches the stairway and grabs her cloak. She rushes down the stairs, wrapping the cloak around her and bursting past confused Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh, sorry. Promise or no promise, I can't stay another minute.
Oh, no, wait. Please wait.
Lumiere tries to respond, but Belle slams the door behind her. He and Cogsworth both bow their heads in sadness. Cut to Belle outside in the forest on Philippe. She begins to ride through the forest, but Philippe
TV.
comes to a stop.
Intermission.
This is intermission.
Intermission.
Oh, sorry.
Time out. Time out.
It's all good.
Okay.
That's a lot to read for one person.
I know,
so let's
girl.
take a break.
I know, you're good. So, I know there's a lot of... So when I said parentheses, maybe that was a lot more than I expected. I would say action text, but when it comes to describing how something is said, like for characters, I think probably let the characters say it how they need to, kind of thing. But I know it's hard to
Like
determine.
describe
So
their
whatever
their
works.
kind of tone, something like that.
Yeah, so if it's like disgusted
Yeah.
or like happily or angrily, I don't think you have to
Yeah.
say it. But you're doing great.
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
god. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
and everyone.
amazing.
So
Thank you.
we got 15 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer.
I told you they would love you.
Yes, so meet up again at 6. So 6 is when we return, so please be back by then, and we shall resume Act 2.
All right, it's 6
And now they're
o'clock.
all
Yes.
in my possession.
Gotcha. Alright, it is 6 o'clock. Is everyone back? Have we returned? Saw some people check in, and some people kind of check out for a second.
Okay, one more thing. Here's my
Aww.
I got a T-shirt.
That's cute.
The book was better.
Oh, that's so cute.
Awesome.
Oh, did you sleep with him when you were over?
What?
He was right next to you.
Oh, God. What are you talking about? He was next to me when I was sleeping on your spot on the bed, yes. I didn't, cuddle him, no.
Why? He's so cuddly.
He's your cuddler. I didn't want to take someone's cuddler. I don't feel like that's okay.
I mean, as long as you're not snuggling my husband, I think
Oh,
I suppose so. I don't know. I mean, it's debatable, right?
that's true. I'm a little more territorial over him, aren't I?
All right. Okay. So we are going to begin where it says cut to Belle outside in the forest. Okay. So we'll be where we will begin. And GB, when you are ready, you may start.
I'll read the description, right?
Yeah, so anything that describes scene or action, but anything that is describes how someone says something, you don't have to read.
Like screams and bleed, I don't have to read them, right?
Yeah. We'll just act it.
Okay,
and
okay.
that goes for everyone, okay? So you don't have to pause, to wait for that to be read. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I'll start. So, Lumiere tries to respond, but Belle slams the door behind her. He and Cogsworth both bow their heads in sadness. Cut to Belle outside in the forest on Philippe. She begins to ride through the forest, but Philippe comes to a stop. She looks up and sees the wolves. She gasps, then pulls the rein and begins to flee. She runs from side to side, making the wolves hit the trees. Philip runs on a frozen pond, but his and Belle's weight collapse the ice. The wolves chase her into the water. Some begin to drown, but Philip is able to get out of the water before anything serious happens. He runs into a clearing, but becomes surrounded by wolves. He bucks, throwing Belle off and wrapping the reins around a tree branch. The wolves begin their attack on Philip, but Belle comes to his rescue and beats them away with a stick. One wolf grabs the stick in its mouth and breaks half of it off, leaving Belle defenseless. Another leaps at her, grabbing the corner of her cloak and dragging her to the ground. She looks up and sees a wolf about to jump on top of her. It leaps and is caught in midair by Beast. He throws the wolf away, then stands behind them and Belle. They lunge at each other. One rips a hole in Beast's shoulders, and the others focus on their attack on that spot. Finally, Beast throws a wolf against a tree, knocking it out. The others run in fear. The Beast turns back to Belle, looks at her despairingly, then collapses. Belle, grateful to be alive, turns back to Philip and begins to get up. But her conscience takes over, and she walks over to the fallen Beast. Fade to Belle and Philip walking back to the castle, with Beast on the horseback. Fade to interior of den, with Belle pouring hot water out of Mrs. Potts. She soaks a rag in the water, then turns to Beast, who is licking his wounds.
Here now. Oh, don't do that. Just hold still.
Ow! That hurts!
If you'd hold still, it wouldn't hurt as much.
Well, if you hadn't run away, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, if you hadn't frightened me, I wouldn't have run away.
Well, you shouldn't have been in the West Wing.
Well, you should learn to control your temper.
Beast raises his hand to bring out another point, but finds he has none, so he bows his head down again. The objects emerge from their hiding as Belle has conquered the ferocious temper of Beast. Belle moves the rat closer to the wound.
Now hold still. This may sting a bit.
We're skipping
By
that
the
part.
way, thank you for saving my life.
Beast opens his eyes, looking surprised.
You're welcome.
Camera zooms out and we see the objects looking on with interest. Fade to Gaston's tavern, which is empty except for Gaston, Louveau, and Monsieur Diarc, who are all sitting at a table.
I don't usually leave the asylum in the middle of the night, but they said you'd make it worth my while.
Gaston pulls out a sack of gold and tosses it in front of him. He takes out a piece, scrapes it on his chin, and continues.
I'm listening.
It's like this. I've got my heart set on marrying Belle. She needs a little persuasion.
Turned him down flat.
Gaston slams a beer mug on his head.
Everyone knows her father's a lunatic. He was in here tonight, raving about a beast in a castle.
Maurice is harmless.
The point is, Belle would do anything to keep him from being locked up.
Yeah, even marry him.
Gaston gives him another threatening look, and he ducks back under the mug.
So you want me to throw her father in the asylum unless she agrees to marry you?
They both nod in agreement.
Oh, that is despicable. I love it!
Cut to interior of Belle's cottage. Maurice is packing to leave.
Yes, okay. If no one will help me, then I'll go back alone. I don't care what it takes. I'll find that castle and somehow I'll get her out of there.
Maurice leaves on his journey. Seconds later, Gaston and Louveau arrive with Diarc. They enter the house looking for one of the residents.
Belle! Maurice!
You're muted, Allie.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Do I have...
Dabby stuff.
Oh well, I guess it's not gonna work after all.
Gaston grabs him by the neck and looks outside.
They have to come back sometime, and when they do, we'll be ready for them.
He drops Louveau into a snowbank by the porch.
The food. Don't move from that spot until Belle and her father come home.
But, oh, nuts.
He pounds the side of the house and a pile of snow falls on his head. Fade to exterior of the castle. Belle is playing in the snow with Philippe and Footstool. Beast, Cogsworth, and Lumiere watch from the balcony.
I've never felt this way about anyone. I want to do something for her. The what?
Well, they're the usual things. Flowers, chocolates, promises you don't intend to keep.
No. It has to be something very special. Something that sparks her interest. Wait a minute.
Cut into interior hallway leading to the library. Beast and Belle are alone.
Belle, there's something I want to show you. But first, you have to close your eyes. It's a surprise.
Belle closes her eyes and Beast waves his hand in front of her. Then, he opens the door. He leads her in. Belle asks just as she enters the room. Who's reading Belle now?
Who's reading Belle, guys?
I'm reading Beast, so I can't read both.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll have to read it. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought.
Yeah, then
My bad. Okay, I'm sorry.
What?
Is it on the can I open them part? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I open them?
No, not yet. Wait here.
Beast walks away to draw back the curtains. He does, and brilliant sunlight spills into the room. Belle flinches reflexively as the light hits her face.
Now can I open them?
All right. Now.
Belle opens her eyes and the camera pulls back to reveal the gigantic library filled with books.
I can't believe it! I've never seen so many books in all my life.
You like it?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Then it's yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Cut to Belle and Beast in the background, with objects, including Chip, in foreground watching them.
oh, would you look at that?
I knew it would work.
What? What works?
It's very encouraging.
Isn't this exciting?
I didn't see anything.
Come along, Chip. There's chores to be done in the kitchen.
What are they talking about? What's going on?
The objects walk away, fade to breakfast table with Belle at one end and Beast at the other, with Mrs. Potts between them. Belle is served breakfast, and as she begins to eat, she looks at Beast, gobbling up his food with no table manners whatsoever. Chip laughs, but Mrs. Potts shoots him an admonishing look. Belle turns away and tries to ignore it, but Chip comes to the rescue. He nudges the spoon with his nose, and Beast reaches out for it. Belle looks at him in wonder as he tries to eat with the spoon, but he has little success. Finally, Belle puts down her spoon and lifts her bowl as if in a toast. Beast looks at the compromise and does the same. They both begin to sip their breakfast out of their bowls. Fade to the courtyard where Belle and Beast are feeding the birds.
There's something sweet and kind, but he was mean and he was cool and unrefined. Now he's here. Why I didn't see it there before.
Contact's cutting out some for her.
He wants this way. I thought I saw. You want me to touch each other. I'm just a man. But then she's never look at me. Where's the
We'll wait and see.
It's perfect humor.
There may be something there that wasn't there
Or
before.
maybe something other.
What's there, Mama?
I'll tell you when you're in.
to the interior of Beast's lair. He is in the tub, getting washed up for the big night with Belle. Lumiere is there with him.
Where am I? You're moving it. Right here. Oh, tonight is the night.
I'm not sure I can do this.
You don't have time to be timid. You must be bold, daring.
Bold. Daring.
Beast has emerged from the tub and shakes himself dry.
There will be music, romantic candlelight provided by myself, and when the time is right, you confess your love.
Yes. I can... No, I can't.
You care for the girl, don't you?
More than anything.
Well, then you must tell her.
Goldreich has been cutting Beast's hair. It finishes and steps back.
Voila! You look so...
Cut to shot of Beast in pigtails and bows.
Stupid.
Not quite the word I was looking for. Perhaps a little more off the top.
Goldreich begins to cut and chop again. Cogsworth enters.
Your lady awaits.
Cut to Grail's staircase, where Belle descends from the west wing side in a glittering gold ball gown. She reaches the landing and looks up at Beast, who is standing at the top of the stairs in his dress clothes. He is nudged on by Lumiere from behind the curtain, and he descends and meets Belle at the landing. Arm in arm, they descend the last section of stairs and continue on their way to dinner. Stopped momentarily by a footstool. Mrs. Potts sings from her cart with Chip on board.
I hope it works. That's not them. Because I wonder if it's her internet connection.
Oh gosh. Okay, I just realized the sound is not coming through, and I don't know why. It like cuts in and out. Is that okay? I'm gonna start over. I feel terrible.
Is the music coming from like your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know with Discord, I know how to fix it on Zoom, but I don't really know how to fix it on here.
Yeah.
Or if there's a setting.
Maybe I don't know.
Or if
I'll just go with it, I guess. I don't know. I feel terrible.
Can you do it a cappella?
I mean, if you wanted to wing it that way.
You are doing so awesome, way better than all yours. I think it's because we're losing. Just go for it, Aka, if you want.
All right.
True as it can be, barely even friends, and somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change.
Sometimes that helps, but I don't think
No.
it's switched
Say the-
as opposed to being on her.
I think it's like a microphone issue. It's just when music is happening.
Head.
Like Zoom is an issue unless you change things. You know what I mean? It could just be a microphone.
Everyone,
I'm glad we have the big mic.
Yeah.
ever as before, just as sure as the sun will, tale as old as time, tune as old as soul, bitter, sweet, and strange, finding you can shame, learning you wrong, certain as the sun, rising in this rhyme, beauty and healers long as others beauty and glory. Off to the club now, Lucy Chip. It's past your bedtime. Good night, love.
Steve slides off the end of the cart and hops out of the room, but comes back for one last look. Belle and Beast have adjourned to the balcony under a starry night.
It's me, right? Unmute it. It's me.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Belle, are you happy here with me?
Oh, yes.
She looks off into the distance.
What is it?
Oh, if only I could see my father again, just for a moment. I miss him so much.
There is a way.
The pair adjourn to Beast's lair, where Beast hands Belle the magic mirror.
This mirror will show you anything. Anything you wish to see.
I'd like to see my father, please.
The magic mirror shines into life, and Belle turns her head away as it flashes. Then it reveals Maurice fallen in the woods, coughing and lost. Belle is shocked. Belle looks at her with concern.
Papa! Oh no, he's sick! He may be dying and he's all alone!
Beast turns, then looks at the rose, deep in thought.
Then you must go to him.
What did you say?
I release you. You are no longer my prisoner.
You mean I'm free?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Hold on, Papa. I'm on my way.
Belle turns to leave, then turns back and pushes the magic mirror back to Beast.
Wait, take it with you, so you'll always have a way to look back and remember me.
Thank you for understanding how much he needs me.
Belle turns to leave and Beast looks down in depression. She touches her hand to his cheeks and rushes out. We see Belle's skirt fly past Cogsworth, who has entered the room. Cogsworth.
Sorry. Well, Your Highness, I must say everything is going just swimmingly. I knew you had it in you, huh?
I let her go.
Yes, splendid. You what? How could you do that?
I had to.
Yes, but why?
Because I love her.
Cut to Cogsworth telling the rest of the objects about Beast's decision.
He did what?
He did what?
Yes, I'm afraid it's true.
He's going away?
But he was so close.
After all this time, he's finally learned to love.
That it's in. That should break the spell.
But it's not enough. She has to love him in return.
And now it's too late.
Cut to Beast watching Belle leave from above. He roars in sorrow and anger. His roar turns into the sound of the wind. Belle is out in the snow, calling out, "Papa?" Finally, she finds him face down in a snowbank. They return home, where Lavu is still waiting, disguised as a snowman.
Oh, they're back!
Cut to black. Point of view of Maurice as his eyes open. He sees Belle.
Belle?
It's all right, Papa. I'm home.
I never thought I'd see you again.
Oh, Papa, I missed you so much.
But the beast! How did you escape?
I didn't escape, Papa. He let me go.
That horrible beast?
Oh, but he's different now, Papa. He's changed somehow.
There is a sound coming from Belle's back. The flap opens and the magic mirror falls out with Chip rolling to a stop on it.
Hi. Oh, a stowaway.
Why, hello there, little fella. Didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Chip turns to Belle with a look of question on his face.
Belle, why'd you go away? Don't you like us anymore?
Oh, Chip, of course I do. It's just that...
There is a knocking at the door. Belle opens it and Monsieur d'Arc stands on the porch.
May I help you?
I've come to collect your father.
He steps aside to show the Asylum de Lune's wagon behind him.
My father?
Don't worry, mademoiselle. We'll take good care of him.
My father's not crazy.
Lavu emerges from the crowd.
He was raving like a lunatic. We all heard him, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah!
No, I won't let you.
Maurice has emerged from the home.
Belle?
Ah, Maurice. Tell us again, old man, just how big was the beast?
Well, he was enormous. I'd say at 8. No, more like 10 feet.
Ralph laughs at him.
Well, you don't get much crazier than that.
It's true, I tell you.
The Ark waves his arms and orderlies move in and picks up Maurice.
Take him away.
Let go of me.
Gaston has been watching from the sides, standing near the Ark.
No, you can't do this.
The Ark shakes her off and walks away.
Poor Belle. It's a shame about your father.
You know he's not crazy, Gaston.
I might be able to clear up this little misunderstanding if...
If what?
If you marry me.
What?
One little word, Belle. That's all it takes.
Never.
Have it your way.
Anne turns and walks away slowly, playing hard to get. Maurice is being thrown to the wagon.
Belle?
She runs back into the house.
Let go of me!
Belle comes back out with magic mirror. She yells to the crowd.
My father's not crazy and I can prove it! Show me the beast.
Magic mirror again shines, then produces the image of the still depressed beast. The crowd oohs and ahs at it.
I think.
Is it dangerous?
Oh no, he would never hurt anyone. Please, I know he looks vicious, but honestly, he's really kind and gentle. He's my friend.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you had feelings for this monster.
He's no monster, Gaston. You are!
She's as crazy as the old man. The beast will make up with your children. He'll come after them in the night.
No!
We're not safe until his head is mounted on my wall. I say we kill the beast.
Is that? Oh, you need to start that.
Oh, darn. Not safe until his head is mounted on my wall. I say we kill the beast.
Not safe until he's dead.
He'll come stalking us at night.
To his monster's appetite.
So it's time to take some action, boys. It's time. The mist through the woods, through the darkness and the shadows. It's a nightmare, but it's one exciting ride. Say a prayer, then we're there at the drawbridge of a castle, and there's something truly terrible inside. It's a beast, a fate, bring the sharp one. Method pause till it's gone to the feast. Hear him barking him wrong, but we're not coming home till he's dead. We're dead! Let's kill the beast!
No, I won't let you do this.
Bring the old man. You can't have him running off to warn the creature. We'll rid the village of this beast.
Let's out!
I am! Get your horse!
Don't take off the way. Through the distance of a wood, where was innocence and destiny, including every day.
Rest till he's buried in the seas. Setting forth from the home of the stars of your home. The Lord and here we go.
Lightning to the castle and bring back his head.
I have to warn the beast. This is all my fault. Oh, Papa, what are we going to do?
Now, we'll think of something.
What we don't understand is that it's good.
No, it's again. This monster is mysterious. Bring your love, sing your knowledge, improvise, and save our victim alive.
I knew it was foolish to get her hopes up.
Maybe it would have been better if she had never come at all. Could it be?
Is it she?
Sacre bleu, invaders!
Encroachers!
And they have the mirror.
And they have the mirror.
Warn the master. If the fight they want will be ready for them. Who's with me?
Take whatever booty you can find, but remember, the beast is mine.
What's the play is better fly? We go rushing into battle on the freedom of the Jesus of the trees.
The flag, sing the song, here we come.
Let's move the beast.
Pardon me, master.
Leave me in peace.
But sir, the castle is under attack.
Kill the beast.
Kill the beast.
Kill the beast.
Yeah. Kill the beast! Yeah, kill the beast! This isn't working!
Oh, Lumiere, we must do something.
Wait! I know!
Beast. Kill the beast. Kill the beast.
Kill the beast! Kill the beast!
Doesn't matter now. Just let them come.
Kill the beast! Kill the beast!
Kill the beast! Kill the beast! Kill the beast!
Elf succeeds in breaking in and finds a grand entrance filled with assorted pieces of furniture, teacups, candlesticks, heather dusters, and cloth. They tiptoe in, and Lavu unknowingly picks up the mirror.
No!
All the objects spring to life, attacking their human enemies. Cut back to Belle's home, where Chip has readied the invention.
Yes, here we go!
Doris looks out from the window and sees the advancing axe.
What the devil? Belle, look out!
The invention crashes into the door, and a red cloud of smoke poofs out of the basement. Belle and Maurice emerge from the wreckage to find Chip swinging on a loose spring.
You guys gotta try this thing.
Cut back to the castle where the attack continues. Meanwhile, Gaston has broken off from the mob and is searching out Beast. Belle, Maurice, Philip, and Chip are making their way to the castle. Finally, the invaders are chased out and the objects celebrate their victory.
And stay out.
Lumiere pulls over a cocksword and kisses him once on it. Cocksword shakes it off. Cut to Gaston, who finds Beast's lair. He raises his crossbow and takes aim. Beast looks up at him, then looks back down in sadness again. Gaston releases the arrow and he strikes Beast in the shoulder. He screams in pain and stuns. Gaston rushes him and they fly out the window onto the balcony where it has begun to rain. Gaston corners Beast on the edge of the roof. Beast simply sits there in despair.
Get up! Get up! What's the matter, Beast? Too kind and gentle to fight back.
Beast looks down, ignoring him. Gaston walked into the foreground and breaks off a piece of the roof. He is about to smash it on Beast's head when Belle's voice drifts up. She is on the bridge and is yelling to Gaston, telling him to stop.
No!
Beast hears her voice and giving him new life.
Belle! Belle!
Gaston, don't!
Gaston swings down at Beast, but he catches the weapon in his hand. Beast rises up and roars in Gaston's face. They proceed through a fight on the rooftop. Finally, Beast takes a hiding place among the gargoyles in the darkness. Meanwhile, Belle enters the castle on the ground.
Let's go, Philippe.
Come on out and fight. Were you in love with her, Beast? Did you honestly think she'd want you when she had someone like me?
Beast has been provoked enough. He emerges and they fight again.
It's over, Beast. Belle is mine!
This time, however, Beast picks up Gaston by the neck and holds him out over the edge of the roof. Gaston pleads with Beast.
Put me down! Put me down! Please! Don't hurt me! I'll do anything! Anything!
Beast's anger slowly melts off his face, and the look of compassion returns. He pulls Gaston back onto the roof.
Get out.
He shoves Gaston to the ground. Above, Belle comes out on a balcony.
Beast!
Belle!
Beast begins to climb the tower until he reaches the balcony. He hangs over the side.
Belle! You came back!
Beast and Belle stare passionately at each other, but the moment is interrupted when Gaston sneaks up and stabs Beast in the back. Beast roars in pain, and Belle is helpless. Gaston pulls the knife out and swings back for another shot. Beast starts to fall, knocking Gaston off his balance. Belle reaches forward and pulls Beast back, while Gaston falls off, never to be seen again. Belle helps the injured Beast up onto the balcony, where he lies down on the floor. The objects come rushing out, but stay out of sight.
You came back.
Of course I came
Of course I came back. Do you want to read this?
I kind of wanted to, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Of course I came back. I couldn't let them. Oh, this is all my fault. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Maybe it's better this way.
Don't talk like that. You'll be alright. We're together now. Everything's going to be fine. You'll see.
At least I got to see you one last time.
Belle pulls Bee's paw to her cheek. He holds it there for a second, then drops it. His head falls back and his eyes close. Belle drops the paw and puts her hand to her mouth. She can't believe this has happened.
No. Please. Please. Don't leave me. I love you.
Cut to objects who watch the last petal fall off the rose. They all look down at the floor, and Cogsworth puts his arm around Mrs. Potts. Cut back to Belle and Beast. The rain continues to fall, but one beam of light falls like a shooting star. Then another comes, and another, and another. Belle finally notices what is happening. She stops crying for a second, then starts to back away. There is a fog begins to enshroud Beast. We see the object looking on in extreme anticipation. Beast rises up in the air magically and begins to turn. He is enveloped in a cloud of light and becomes wrapped in his cloak. Underneath, we can see Beast's body shifting and forming. A forepaw comes out and the claws turn into fingers. A hindpaw emerges and develops into a foot. Finally, a wind blows across his face and the fur melts away to reveal a young prince. He gradually descends and is laid on the floor again. The fog disappears and Belle reaches out to touch him. She jerks her hand back. However, when the figure begins to move, it stands. Then it looks at its hands, then turns to face Belle. It is a human, the same blue eyes as Beast. It is obviously Beast transformed. Belle gives him a mysterious look.
Belle, it's me.
She continues to look at him skeptically, but then she sees the blue eyes and instantly knows it is him.
It is you.
Then they kiss. A fireworks display explodes around them. The gloom surrounding the castle disappears, revealing a blue sky. Castle is transformed, with the gargoyles changing into cherubs. Whatever. Finally, we return to the balcony, where the objects hop up to meet the prince and Belle. One by one, they are transformed back to their original human conditions.
Lumiere! Cogsworth! Oh, Mrs. Potts! Look at us!
She comes riding in on footstool.
Mama! Mama!
Belle transforms back into a boy and a dog.
Oh my goodness!
It is a miracle!
The prince picks up Belle and swings her around. The ruffles of her skirt wipe to the ballroom, where all are gathered to celebrate. The prince and Belle dance around the room as the rest of the characters get in their last lines.
Ah, l'amour.
He says this, and the maid, obviously the former BatB, walks by, brushing him on the chin. He starts to chase after her, but Cogsworth stops him.
Well, Lumiere, old friend, shall we let bygones be bygones?
Of course, mon ami. I told you she would break the spell.
I beg your pardon, old friend, but I believe I told you.
No, you didn't. I told you.
You most certainly did not, you pompous paraffin-headed pea-brain.
On guard, you overcoat pocket watch.
He takes off his glove and slaps Cogsworth across the face with it. They begin to fight. Cut to Belle and the prince, who continue to dance around the floor. The camera stops on Miss Potts, Chip, and Maurice, who is beginning to cry.
Are they gonna live happily ever after, Mama?
Of course, my dear. Of course.
Do I still have to sleep in the cupboard?
Maurice laughs and Mrs. Potts hugs her child and laughs. Up to a camera looking over the entire ballroom with all in the shot. It slowly zooms out with Belle and the prince dancing around the room and fades into the final stained glass window. This one, Belle and the prince in the center, surrounded by the rest of the characters.
How about we all sing this one?
Yes, it's everyone.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
I got it.
We know them.
I know this is really unimportant, but the bit where after Belle says it is you, and then they kiss. Really? That's the best description you can have?
Yeah. I was impressed and angry at the part.
The one that was like, speed biked like in Revenge of the Sith or something.
Like in Star Wars. Like,
oh my god. He climbs like King Kong to the mountain.
Yeah, that killed me. Oh my gosh. I was like,
I didn't read all of his action tests. Granted, I just like scrolled through it. I was like, oh, this is everything. And I was like, I was really just looking at dialogue. I did not read the action text. I really was totally blindsided by a lot of this.
Yeah, I didn't remember that was in there.
What kills me about
only once in a
King Kong
while.
thing is that
It's
in
not all the
Disney
way
High,
through.
you've got Flynn wanting to take Belle to go see King Kong, and Belle's like, yeah, except it's not okay that some human girl falls for some monkey dude. Like, who the hell does that? Disney High.
Flynn likes his monster movies, right?
Flynn likes his monster movies.
Yeah.
And Belle's like, I guess we'll see it, sure, whatever. It's.
I mean, I feel like that would have to like some monster movie.
Well, okay,
canonically.
Disney High Belle is way more jaded than normal Belle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was super fun!
Yeah, guys.
Everyone did a marvelous job.
Yes, thank you all. Beautiful, beautiful jobs.
It was fun.
Sorry I missed my